Welcome or welcome back if you're joining me again. As you can tell from the title, it is a book outlet unboxing, so stick around and join me for that. Thank you for joining me for this video. So this is an unboxing. This is my first order from a book outlet. I have never ordered from them before. I have heard of them from other booktubers on booktube, and I recently was gifted a little free library for my birthday, and if you want to know more about that, you can check on this video where I'll have the link up here. But my husband gifted me this little free library for my birthday, and it's now up and installed, and I wish I'd known ahead of time that I was receiving a little free library, because I did have several books, like a lot of books that I could have stocked it with. But just recently, I had taken a trip to Half Price Bookstore, and if you don't know what Half Price Bookstore, it's pretty much in the title. It's a reshop store for books. So these are used books, but they do also sell new books, and it's exactly what it says. It's half price, so it's half price of the original price is what you're going to be paying for those books. But they also buy books, so I took a bunch of books down there a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, with my daughter, and just to see, you know, what kind of credit we would get, because I knew I was going to be investing it back into their store. I love to shop there. I'm mostly looking for Jane Austen books because I would like to have a full set of all her novels. I don't have that right now. I only have a couple of her novels. I used to have a full set of all her novels. Actually, I had more than one set, but I did a giveaway. And if you want to know more about that, you can look at this video, and I will leave a link up there. Yeah, so I usually go there and just look for editions. Sometimes I get lucky, and sometimes I find other books that I'm interested in. But I didn't have any more books to pretty much put in this little free library. So I did put a couple that I had that I searched for. So I really wanted to fill up the little free library for anyone that was going to come by. But I was trying to figure out how I'd do that. I didn't want to give up some of the books I have that I really want to keep. So I thought I would just look around. The weather's been pretty bad here, and I really couldn't get out and about. So I remembered about the book outlet. So I thought I'd check it out, and of course I found several books. So without further ado, let's just get into this unboxing, because I'm pretty sure that's the reason you are here. So let me just open this up for you. You can hear that. There's this tab I'm pulling on, but it's just breaking, so I'm very sorry that this is going so slow for you. Sorry. So I was able to finally get that done. I just popped off camera real quick to do that for you. So I'm going to, oh my goodness, I think one of these books got a little loved on the way here. I'm going to give you a little peek inside this box before I start taking them out. Can you see them? They're packed in there pretty good. It's a pretty heavy book. It's a pretty heavy box. I actually ordered 17 books, so let's start looking at these, shall we? Oh, this one kind of got pushed around, but you see there's a little it's crinkled. I hate that, but it's such a shame when they get like this, but especially when they're new. Well, I don't know if these are actual new or resale. I didn't really look to see if that was the case, but I wasn't expecting a hardcover book, so I'm really excited that this is a hardcover book. The title's From Little Tokyo with Love. I'm assuming this is a romance novel. I don't really know too much about the books that I ordered. I did read a quick description of each of them before I did order them, but that was a while back, and I don't really remember what they were about. So forgive me if I don't give you that much information about them. This is by Sarah Kahn. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. But I believe this is a romance novel, and I did want to stock my little free library with diverse content books and authors. So I saw this one and I like that it was a romance novel because we are getting close to Valentine's Day, and I wanted to put a couple of romance novels in the Little Free Library. I believe that this might be a young adult. I'm not really sure. It just says the search for love can take you to the most unexpected places. Praise for Sarah Kuhn, I think that's how to pronounce her name. A heartfelt modern day fairy tale that delivers a sweet romance alongside a thoughtful exploration of identity from Little Tokyo with Love takes you on an adventure through Los Angeles full of family secrets and hidden histories, and its incredible characters will stick with you long after you've reached the happily ever after. Oh, so it seems like there's some secrets to find out. So I like mysteries, so I mean, that's a bonus. I don't know if I'm going to get to read any of these before I put them in my Little Free Library, especially since it's getting so close to Valentine's Day. And I wanted to put a couple of romance novels in there before that. So I might not get a chance to read this, and I'm really sad now because it seems very interesting now. So I'm going to put that aside because, like I said, there's 17 books, and that's just one, so there's 16 more to get through. The next one I'm pulling out is Un Grillo in Times Square, the George Selden. Now this is, I think this book's supposed to be in Spanish. At least I thought it was. Yes, it is. It is in Spanish. I actually bought this book because I did want some Spanish books in my Little Free Library. My little sign, my charter sign, because I do belong to the charter of the Little Free Libraries. I'm on the app, so people can find my Little Free Library. And I really wanted to have some Spanish books for Spanish speakers. I live here in Central Texas, and there's a lot of Spanish speakers here. My Little Free Library was named after my abuelita, my grandmother, who only spoke Spanish. So I wanted to honor her memory and put some Spanish content in there. So this was one of the reasons why I purchased this book, specifically for that. I think this is supposed to be a cricket in Times Square. I think it's really cute. Oh, there's the little cricket. All I could see at first was the cat and the little mouse. I tried to find more, but so far this is the only one that I was able to purchase. So in the future, I'm going to try my best to find more Spanish readers. So the next one I'm pulling out is part of the Who Was series, and this is Who Was Jesus. I wanted to get some faith-based books also in my Little Free Library. We're coming closer to Lent. I'm Catholic, so we'll be going through the season of Lent pretty soon. So I'm very happy to find this one. I'm hoping that I will find more of the Who Was series, and as I do put those into my Little Free Library. So I'm very happy that this is going to go in there soon. The next one I'm pulling out is also a hardback book, and it is also a romance novel, For All Time, by Shana Mills, or Shana, I don't know, I'm sorry. I really love the cover of this book. It's really pretty. It just, I don't know, it's just something about this cover. That's what drew me to this book. When I saw the cover, I just like, oh my goodness. And then I did read the description. I don't remember. I know it's romance. Let me see. For All Time is a romance for the ages with a little heartbreak and a lot of heart. Fresh voices and original predicaments make this one perfect little novel. Stacy Lee. Okay, so she's another author of the Downstairs Girl. So I popped off screen for a bit just so I can familiarize myself with the story, and it appears that the two characters, Tomorrow and Fayard, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, are they're a couple, and apparently they've lived many lives, but their story, their happiness doesn't ever end well, I suppose, because they continue the cycle, and they finally learn how they can stay together, but they're not sure if that sacrifice is worth it, apparently. So another book that sounds very interesting that I really would like to read. Ah, I'm definitely gonna have to start reading this. Maybe I can get on the Libby app if I cannot read this quick enough. But I'm very happy to have this in my little free library soon. So put that aside and pick up another book for you. This one is a thin one. This is a oh, I didn't know it was this size. Okay, so this is The Library by Sarah Stewart. I'm going to read a little bit from the back. Elizabeth Brown doesn't like to play with dolls, and she doesn't like to skate. What she does like to do is read books, lots of them, all the time. Over the years, her collection has grown to such enormous properties that there is not even room in Elizabeth's house for Elizabeth. The way she solves the problem will warm the hearts of book lovers young and old. Yes, I remember seeing this when I was looking up books on the book outlet, and I love the cover. That little girl with her wagon full of books, just, oh, when I saw it, I was like, oh yes, I have to get this book. So I'm pretty sure that I will be able to finish this one and pop it into the little free library soon. Really excited to read that, even though I believe it's probably great. It's probably a elementary grade book, but I'm really excited about that one. The next book is a paperback, Calling My Name. The next book is a paperback book, Calling My Name by Liara Timani. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So let me see the back here. Family, sisters, friends, enemies, neighbors, school, church, first love, expectations, betrayal, hopes, dreams. Who and what do you listen to? How do you stay true to yourself when everyone is telling you something different about who to be? So I'm thinking this is a coming of age story. I'm not too sure. But nevertheless, I am intrigued. Again, another one that maybe I can get a Libby app if I can't finish reading it. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to happen. There's 17 books in here, and just not enough time to read. So, but I'm looking forward to putting this in a little free library soon. Next book I'm pulling out is also a hardcover book. I'm so surprised at how many hardcovers are in here. So this one is by Jacqueline Firkins, I think. How Not to Fall in Love. So again, romance novel, I'm pretty sure. So a quick peek at the back cover. Let me see. In fact, it could teach you a few things about dating, like how to read girls' signals, how to limit the grand gestures until you know that she's really interested, how to protect yourself. But once I said them, they seemed like a decent idea. Me? Theo Box? Take lessons from you? You think love is a tennis score and romance is a candy-selling gimmick? You've never even been on a date, and you don't hire a coach who's never played the game. I lean closer, so if I prove to you that I can date someone I like without getting instantly attached, you'll let me teach you how to stop falling in love? You're on, Jameson. Okay, so I'm guessing these are two friends talking to each other, and one wants to give the other one some dating tips or some romance tips. It looks like one of these characters seems to wear his heart on his sleeve, but I'm thinking that these two are probably going to end up romantically involved. That's just my guess. But it is a romance novel. I'm really liking this cover. I like the graphic cover. But again, another one to see if I can get a copy of on my Libby app, because I know I'm not going to be able to read all these books before I need to put them. I really want to start putting them in the little free library as soon as I can, so we'll see. The next book I'm pulling out is a softcover book. This is The Poison Heart by Kaylin Byron. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm sorry for butchering these names. I'm not gonna try it again. I really liked this cover when I saw it online. That drew me to the book, and then of course the title did too. But I'm very big of a chicken. I'm just afraid of cat by nature. So I was kind of afraid to pick this up because it seemed like a scary book. I don't know why I did. And I wasn't wrong. Here we go at the back. Dark magic, a dangerous curse, an ancient mystery. I told you. Of course it is. Briseis has a gift. With a single touch, she can grow plants from tiny seeds to rich blossoms. When Briseis' aunt dies and leaves her a dilapidated estate in rural New York, Bree and her parents hope that maybe, surrounded by plants and flowers, Bree will finally learn to control her gift. But their new home is sinister in ways they never expected. It comes with a mysterious set of instructions and a walled garden filled with the world's most lethal botanicals. There is more to Bree's sudden inheritance than she could have imagined, and she is determined to uncover it. So it says, from the best-selling author of Cinderella is Dead comes an enchanting story about a young woman with her unique deadly power. Okay, so I think this might be a young adult. Maybe it's not that scary as it sounds. Again, confirmed chicken. I'm not sure if I can read this. I really want to though. It sounds very interesting. I just don't like that dark magic part. But it's a pretty hefty book. Like, how many pages is there? 373. Yeah, pretty hefty. Oh, okay. Here's a picture of the other book, Cinderella is Dead, that I'm assuming is by the same author. Yes, I read that a few minutes. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I really am liking this book. Oh, I just can't wait to put these in there. Okay, so let me put that aside because I'm getting sidetracked and there's more books. Okay, so the next book I'm pulling out is also a hardcover, and this one is Well-Read Black Girl and Finding Our Stories, Discovering Ourselves. And this is by Glory Edom. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A brilliant collection of essential American reading, smart, powerful, and complete. Okay, so this is founder of the Well-Read Black Girl Book Club. Okay, so this author founded a book club. Let's see if there's anything on the back that tells me what this is about. Remember the moment when you first encountered a character who seemed to be written just for you? Unfortunately, not everyone regularly sees themselves in the pages of a book. In this timely anthology, Glory Edom brings together original essays by some of our best Black women writers to shine a light on how important it is that we all, regardless of gender, race, religion, or ability, have the opportunity to find ourselves in literature. Powerful. I'm an emotional person, so that was pretty truthful. Of course, look at me. It is hard to see yourself in stories sometimes. I mean, it just is. If you're ethnic, it is. So I'm very proud to put this in my little free library. I might peruse it myself. See if I find it on my Libby app again. It's like a broken record. There's all these books. I really forget that not that I forget, but I know I didn't just specifically buy them just to keep them. This is one of the ones I was really excited about, Half a Moon and One Whole Star, by Crescent Dragon Wagon. Illustrations by Jerry Pinkney, I think. So this is, I believe it's a poem. Half a Moon and One Whole Star, winner of the Coretta Scott King Award. Let me see. I don't know, if this is going to tell me. I think it's just a poem put to illustration. Up above the earth so far, hang half a moon and one whole star. Hang one whole star and half a moon. Nighttime will be coming soon. And while a young girl sleeps, nighttime deepens all around her. In the woods and garden, on the ocean, in the city, on the porch, and where her parents sit. Crescent Dragon's soothing, evocative poem is brought to life by the lush artwork of Jerry Pinkney in this bedtime treasure. Yes, I knew it was a bedtime story. I really loved the illustration, but it was like a whole package. The title also caught my attention, and I was really excited about getting this one. Here's a couple of the pictures. we're seeing it going forward. But that's because that's the way I was holding it. But yeah, I'm really excited to put this in the little free library. Probably get to read that one for sure before I put it in. I'm really looking forward to that. The next one I'm pulling out is also very thin. Oh, this one I really was excited about. You don't see too many stories about your first Holy Communion. Like I said before, I'm Catholic. And I liked this one so much. The night before my first communion. So I really liked when I saw this. So pretty much it's just a story about, I'm guessing it's going to be about the children. It looks like there's two that they're focusing on. Oh no, it's the light, sorry. It's the glare from the light. Okay, there we go. It seems to be focused on the first two. I'm not sure if they're related or maybe it's just the one. My eyes go straight to the little girl because, you know, being a female and made my first Holy Communion, the dress and her veil. So I was really excited for this, that they had it. Definitely going to be reading it. So yeah, it looks like it's about both of the children that are in the front of the line to receive Holy Communion. I don't know if you're Catholic. If you're not, you might not know too much about our making your first communion, but it's pretty much when you receive our Lord for the first time in the Eucharist. I have not seen a book like this before, and I was so excited when I saw it. So I'm gonna read this definitely, and then I will be putting this into the little free library. I'd probably be putting it closer to Easter though, because since it's about the Holy Communion and we're going into Lent, I think I might just save it for that. So I definitely will be able to read it. I was so excited when I saw that one. The next book I'm pulling out is a hardcover book. It's pretty thick. So this is a song for you. My life with Whitney Houston, Robin Crawford. So I don't know too much about this. I thought it was a biography of Whitney Houston. Now I'm thinking that it's probably a song for you, My Life with Whitney Houston, by Robin Crawford. So when I first purchased this book, I think that I thought this was a biography and the author's was just a biographer. Now I'm thinking that this is just a telling of the author's experience from her perspective of Whitney Houston, and I don't know how much of I'm not sure if this is really a biography, but just a telling of her experience being around Whitney Houston. I don't really know what this book is about anymore. It was very late when I was ordering, and this book I think I ordered towards the end. It was, I think, suggested from all of the books that I had been purchasing. So let me see. The back says, why not? I'm sorry. Why now? Why did I make the decision to write this book when I could have remained silent for the rest of my days, keeping my memories all to myself? If you are a fan of Whitney Houston, you probably know my name. I do love Whitney Houston's music. I love Whitney Houston, but I'm so sorry I don't know who Robin Crawford is. Believe me, I've done my best to stay out of the spotlight, keeping quiet while others painted their own pictures of me and of us. In the 19 years since I left Whitney's company, I have been pursued relentlessly to share my story. I believe it is my duty to honor my friend and to clarify the many inaccuracies about myself and about who Whitney was. I feel compelled to remind people of her greatness, to lift her remarkable legacy. The Whitney I knew was big-hearted, determined, unselfish, private, hilarious, and confident in her gifts. I hope to help readers understand and recognize fully the person behind that face, voice, and image. Yes, in the end, it was tragic, but the dream and the rise were beautiful. I owe it to my friend to share her story, my story, our story, and hope that in doing so, I can set us both free. Okay, so this is written by a friend of Whitney Houston, who at one point, I'm assuming, was a big part of her life. And something happened and they parted ways. I don't know anything about Robin Crawford. I thought this was just going to be a biography of Whitney Houston, but apparently this is just a person that knew her and is telling her story and how they interacted. So I don't know, you know, but it's going to go into Live Free Library. I'm going to peruse it myself and maybe look into it a little bit more. But I definitely got my wires crossed, obviously, because I just thought it was a biography. Next book I'm pulling out is another softcover. This one is a romance novel recommended for you. I think I've seen this. Somebody on BookTube had also talked about this book before because the cover looks very familiar to me, which is what caught my attention when I was looking on Book Outlet at books. I like the cover. I mean, come on, it's got books in it. Of course I like this cover. Let me see the back. Shoshana Greenberg loves working at once upon her favorite local bookstore. Okay, so the bookstore's name Once Upon. I was like reading it like a run-on sentence. I'm sorry, let me just start this over again. Shoshana Greenberg loves working at Once Upon her favorite local bookstore. And with her mom's fighting at home and her beloved car teetering on the brink of death, the store has become a welcome escape. When her boss announces a holiday bonus to the person who sells the most books, Shoshana sees an opportunity to at least fix her car. If none of her other problems, Shoshana sees an opportunity to at least fix her car, if none of her other problems. I don't know, it seems weird, that sentence to me. Anyway, the only person standing in her way, new hire Jake Cap. Jake is in front to everything Shoshana stands for. He doesn't even read, but somehow his sales start to rival hers. Jake may be cute, really cute, and he may be an eligible Jewish single, hard to find south of Atlanta, but he's also the enemy, and Shoshana is ready to take him down. But as the competition intensifies, Jake and Shoshana grow closer and realize they might be more on the same page than either expects. So yes, romance novel, which is what I knew this was. So this is about a Jewish community, it looks like. Interesting. I like I said, I wanted to have diverse books in my local library. I don't remember too much about it. I don't even remember who it was that I saw talk about this book, but I really was drawn to it. I did remember the cover straight away when I saw it on Book Outlet. It sounds pretty cute. I always love books about bookstores, books, libraries, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I wanted to do diverse books, and I have all types of books, and I'm really happy that this one is going to be part of the collection in the Live Free Library. For how long, who knows? I don't know who's going to come along and pick up these books. Some of them I'm afraid to let go of. I feel like a mother sending her children out into the world, and then, but most of the time your children, you're going to see them again. These books may never see them again unless I purchase more. That's crazy. Here is another book I found from the Who Was series. This is Who Was Rosa Parks. I was really excited to purchase this one, and looking forward to putting that into Live Free Library soon. Who was Rosa Parks? A girl who liked fishing, a teenager who cleaned houses to make money, the woman who took a stand by sitting on a bus. All of the above. Find out more in this illustrated book. So I want to get more of these Who Was series. Really happy that I found this one, along with Who Was Jesus. So that will be going in soon to the little free library. The next book I'm pulling out is Upside Down. I remember this one. Opheline's Ghosts, or Ophie's Ghosts. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Justina Ireland is the writer. So I'm gonna just read a bit of the back cover so I can familiarize myself. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I can't say that word. With the story again. Ophelia Harrison used to live in a small house in the Georgia countryside, but that was before the night in November 1922 and the cruel act that took her home and her father from her, which was the same night that Ophie learned she could see ghosts. I knew there was, I remember this, now I'm starting to remember. I really liked the story of this one. Now Ophie and her mother are trying to survive in Pittsburgh, working as maids in Daffodil Manor, a place haunted by memories and prejudices of the past. And as Ophie discovers ghosts as well, ghosts who have their own loves and hatreds and desires, ghosts who have wronged others, and ghosts who have themselves been wronged. And as Ophie forms a friendship with one spirit whose life ended suddenly and unjustly, she wonders if she might be able to help, even as she comes to realize that Daffodil Manor may hold more secrets than she bargained for. So, yeah, I remember I really was taken with this story. I wanted it as soon as I read the description, and I really like the cover. Look at that cover. Isn't that, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I like the story a lot. I wanted to actually, there were some of these books that I did order for myself. I'm not gonna lie about that. But for the most part, the majority of these books are gonna go into the little free library. So I didn't misspeak earlier. I just didn't really disclose the fact that some of these books I am planning to keep for myself. But the majority are going into the little free library. Maybe not all at once. It's not that big. Like I said, if you see the video, you'll get to see it. But right now there's some books in there. We've had some visitors already. So the first 4 books that I put in, they actually are all gone except for one, and I think maybe that one is still in there because it is a bit smaller and thinner than the others. It's a collection of short stories that my daughter had when she was younger, and she received when she was in middle school, I think. And so that one's still in there, I noticed the other day. But I've been getting a lot of children's books, which is really nice. We have a lot of children in our neighborhood. But I wanted to put some books that were for adults and young adults, teens. So exactly why I purchased this order. But I did see a couple of books while I was ordering that I wanted to keep for myself. I'm not sure if this was one of them. I know this is one of the ones that I really wanted to read when I read the description right away. So I might just read it and then eventually add it into the little free library. We'll see how endearing it becomes, because once I get attached to a book, it's kind of hard to let it go, which is why I didn't have that many to give in to put into the little free library, because I was so attached to the ones that I have. But I'm really excited to read this story. It seems sad but very intriguing, and I think it's not as scary, so I could probably get through that book. There's just a few left, so the next book I'm gonna pull out, this one I know I did order for myself, and this one is Being Mary Bennet by J.C. Peterson. So this is like a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. This is talking about Mary Bennet, the one of the five sisters. Yes, 5 sisters. I'm sorry, I was thinking the names in my head really quickly. So the back says, I, Marnie Barnes, hereby do swear to cast off Mary Bennet. I will not allow myself to be pedantic. I don't think I said that word well. I will not allow myself to die alone with 15 cats. having never been kissed. I will change who I am no matter the cost. Signed, Marnie Barnes. Okay, I've forgotten about what this book was about. Okay, so it isn't I don't know for sure if it's a retelling now. Like I said, it was really late when I was ordering these books, so I might have got it jumbled. But it seems like the character in this book, um, the main character is kind of self-described Mary Bennet. I have to say that I kind of think that my personality kind of coincides between Mary and Jane, but not that Jane's she's a beauty, but more her heart, how kind-hearted she is. I feel like I'm like that a bit, but I'm more on the lines of Mary, where very like love to read and and got my nose in the book, and I'm nothing like Lizzie. Nothing but like her. I love her, but I'm not like her. Um, so then the title intrigued me, and I just kind of assumed that there was a retelling of Pride and Prejudice about Mary Bennet. Apparently, it's not. So now I'm very curious to read this book. We'll see if I give it up, but I did it originally order it for myself. And I really like the cover of it. So like I said, it's a hardcover book. Let's see here. It's just green. There's no artwork on the inside cover. It's just the dust jacket that's got the artwork, and I really like that. Oh my goodness, this thing is having difficulties here. I'm very sorry. I don't want to make this video so long. Here's a look at the back. So originally this book was $17.99, and I don't know if there was an invoice in here, but I assure you I did not pay that for this book, and I didn't even pay close to what this book was sold originally at. But I'm looking forward to reading it and possibly passing it along. We shall see. We shall see what this book is actually about, and if I'm keeping it or not. I didn't hold it up right. Here it is again. But again, I really did think that was a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. So now I'm curious to know what it really is about. I'm sorry for rambling, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it after all, but we'll see. The next and last book that I'm pulling out of the box is The Officer's Daughter, a Memoir of Family and Forgiveness by L. Johnson, I'm sorry, I thought I saw I. This, I'm not sure if it is nonfiction. I read the synopsis when I, online, and it sounded interesting to me, so I decided to order it. So I'm just gonna read the back. In 1981, L. Johnson and her cousin, so I believe this might be nonfiction, Karen, were both teenagers, daughters of black law enforcement officers. Elle's father was a highly protective, at times overbearing parole officer. Her uncle, Karen's dad, was a homicide detective. Elle dreamed of being best friends with her popular and cool cousin, who understood her in a way no one else could. Then Karen was killed in a robbery gone wrong. The NYPD and FBI launched a cross-country manhunt to find the killers, and subsequent trials and media circus marked the end of Elle's childhood innocence. 30 years later, Elle, living in Los Angeles and working as a television writer on scripted police dramas, received an unexpected request from Karen's brother. Would Elle write a letter asking that Karen's killer not be released on parole? Suddenly, Elle realized she doesn't know if she would or could until she'd face some hard truths of her own past. A family who didn't speak of the murder and its devastating effect. The secrets that they buried, a complicated father she never truly understood. The Officer's Daughter is a piercing memoir that explores what parents can and cannot do to protect their children. And the overwhelming power of forgiveness, even in the face of unspeakable pain. So yes, I'm pretty sure this is nonfiction. Very powerful. It really did stay with me when I read the synopsis for this book. I wanted to know more about this story. I did purchase this for my own curiosity. I possibly might put that into the little free library at some point. Definitely when I finish reading it. If I do decide to give it up, but that is it. As you can see, there are no more books in this box. I will say I was quite impressed with Book Outlet. I enjoyed all these books that I purchased from their website. If you have not been acquainted with their website, I would check them out. I'll leave the description down below so you can find their website. It was so much fun unboxing this box for you. I really did enjoy all these books that I purchased, and I'm trying very carefully and slowly to bring them up so you can see them all right there. That is so cool. I did want to mention before I end this video, because it is quite long, these books were in their bargain section of their website. So because I was purchasing all these mostly for my little free library, I did have a budget, so I was trying not to spend that much. So the thing about the bargain books, they're going to have, as you can tell right there, some marking on them. I don't know exactly why that is. I guess because they are new books, they're not used. As I could tell when I was unboxing these books, are not used books. So I'm assuming they don't want to just give up these new books for such a very low price. Hence, they put these markings out so that it's not like perfect. But you won't find any, you're not going to find any markings in the book. And except for that one casualty at the beginning when I was unboxing, I think that's pretty much because it was bursting at the seams, this box, and it probably just, when they pushed that down, it just got crushed a bit. But so yeah, there's even one on this one. I was like, I don't know about the thinner ones if they could do it, but yeah, they did do it. But yeah, these are just, they're new books, and I guess to give them to you at those prices, they wanted to put those markings up. But I totally forgotten about that when I was on the website. I do remember the reading that, and when I was pulling them out, I wasn't really paying attention. But when I was getting them together so that I could put them all up there for you, I realized I saw the markings, and I thought I would mention it because I would think that's something important. But I think it's only for the bargain books. I don't think it's for all the books. There are books that are not as discounted, but yet they're still at pretty good prices, and I don't think those have the markings. But just the bargain books, I think, have them. Like again, I just wanted to mention that to you because I forgot to mention it, and I noticed it when I was putting these up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really did enjoy making it for you. I had fun unboxing these books, and I definitely will be returning to Book Outlet in the future to purchase more books and see what I find on there. I actually think I made an account because there are some rewards you can get towards some credit for your future purchases. I think there's like a point system, and after so many points you get so much money off your order. I think that's how it works. So I'm looking forward to ordering from them in the future. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. That would mean a lot to me, but if not, no worries. I just very thankful for you watching this video to this point, and I hope that you will consider visiting in the future for more content such as this. But until next time, take care. God bless. See you soon. Bye.